Hello.
Let's
I think hello is good.
greetings.
Good
Science.
evening.
Oh my gosh, Jay, you'll get this. You know the View Cinema when you what's it called when the lights go dark? That's what it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
So we're saying hello.
Are we saying hello?
Hello.
Wait, what are we saying again?
Hello. Which
Wait,
one?
Should we
does
follow the
MC
script that
have
you
the
made?
script? Yeah.
Wait, there's a
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Who's the MC? Okay. Aaron, go.
Where is
Just like the
this?
intro a bit. All right. Are
Ready?
you ready, boys and girls?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll count us in. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, on go. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, world.
world.
We're science. That sounds so bad.
No. Okay. This isn't working. Let's just do it one person. I'll start it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, world. We are SciencePod, providing you with the necessary knowledge and wisdom to pass your exams while having fun and just chilling out with it.
Warning, this podcast contains vulgar language and is not suitable for children, but for people who are trying to improve their lacking brain cells.
We are not professionals in this area, but we will try our best to teach our audience about the wonders of science.
This is dedicated to students by students. So sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the podcast.
All right, so today is our first episode or our trailer episode, and really you're just going to get to know us and we're going to get to know each other, really. So we'll just start by introducing ourselves. I'll go first, yeah? So my name is Jay. I live in England and I study maths, physics, further maths and chemistry for A-level, and my firm university for this year is UCL for physics.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aaron, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. My name's Aaron, as Jay has kindly introduced me already, and I study English literature, politics, and history. I'm a bit of the odd one here. I haven't done as much science as everyone else, but we're all here to learn in the end. And I'm not quite sure about my university journey as of now, but the really good thing is the other people here are really certain what they're doing. So I guess we can kind of offset ourselves.
So,
And move on to Sam. Sorry.
it's okay.
We moved to Ali, right? Yeah.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Ali. I live in the Cayman Islands and I take physical education, marine, and biology.
Okay. Lovely.
My name is Sam, and I'm also from the Cayman Islands. I go to the same school as Ali. I took biology, chemistry, math, and business studies, and I applied to medicine. I affirmed UCL and insured Queen Mary for medicine, and I'm practically a medical applicant expert.
Yeah.
I don't think
and-
Ali said what
Oh.
university she applied to.
Oh yes. I applied to Ryerson University and I'm taking a course called Creative Industries.
Lovely. Okay. It's so awkward because we've heard all this before. Okay. All right. No worries. So, first of all, I think Ali should really talk about this. So, why did we even, come up with this podcast? What are the reasons we're doing this podcast?
Do you guys enjoy your classes? I think you guys do. Do you guys enjoy your classes? Like,
It's all right.
do you pay attention? Because I find it really hard to pay attention in class, and I really zone out, and so because everything is just textbook, and
Yeah.
I want to try something different, like something entertaining, something that's memorable to me, something that I can relate to, and it's
Yeah.
not fully textbook. You know what I mean? So I want other people to learn from our podcast in a very relatable, entertaining way, and that's why we started this.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea as well, and especially for STEM subjects, it's very textbook based. I mean, for something like English literature, that's one of the subjects that you can't really just read everything off a textbook. But for STEM, you can just you can really teach yourself from a textbook if you want to, but not everyone's able to do that.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of schools, they assume that you can do that anyway. So yeah, this hopefully this does help some people.
No, it makes sense. I think looking at the A levels I chose, none of them were STEM. I can definitely look back at my past experiences taking STEM subjects and why I was kind of put off them. It's definitely to do with the teaching, because it's, like you said, it's really content heavy, and I'm just hoping that this will be like a platform that tackles those content heavy subjects, but in a way that is digestible.
Yeah.
Because you know what I hate the most? I hate reading. Like, I just cannot stand reading. I hate writing too. So
Whoa, English literature student here.
You and Sam like essays. I cannot do essays, like freak essays.
Oh, me neither. Yeah,
I just like improvising, man.
Yeah, that's good. I dreaded writing my personal statement. Oh my god.
Oh,
I
yeah.
procrastinated on that so much.
I think
Same.
everyone does. Even I did.
That took
I'm saying
me
even
2
I
months.
did.
Yeah, it took
No,
months.
same.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, when we were talking yesterday, sorry, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was going to say, it starts off as this like almost incomprehensible document that just is waffle,
Yeah.
and it turns into something that you think is a bit of a diamond by the end of it. But no, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, sorry, go on.
It's okay.
No, go on.
I even forgot what I was about to say. No, it's okay. Go for it.
Okay. I think we could actually do like a couple of episodes where we talk about like personal statement tips.
Oh yeah.
And like application tips like medicine, Oxbridge as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do that in like
We
couple
can have
of
like
episodes,
that in between our things. So one episode we can do like a science, and then after that we can have like a normal school life podcast.
Yeah.
Like
and
tips and
we
stuff.
could get the like any Oxbridge people. Like I think I know a ridiculous amount of offer holders, so I could drag one of them to come on.
Flex.
Yeah, that would
I
be
mean,
great.
I know someone that's going to Oxford. Thank you very much. So, but yeah, I mean, and even in general, just I think what I really I know we're being recorded, whatever. But I think what I really want to drum home is that the only universities in this country aren't just Oxford and Cambridge. That all universities require time and attention. So I think that's what we should kind of dedicate time to. I feel like the resources available for like non-Oxbridge is lacking in comparison, so there's not really like that much out there. So I think it'd be good if we really like just focused on them. I mean, Oxbridge people, they get a lot of attention. I mean, that's focused on the everyman. Sorry to kind of go off on a tangent.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Another great thing is that we all are like from 4 different educational backgrounds. Like me and Ali go to a private school, and I think you go to public school, right?
I go to a state school. I think Aaron goes to a private school as well.
Yeah, but I go to a private school in Croydon, which doesn't really count, to be honest with you.
Oh, do we also have like different boards, exam boards too? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh gosh,
Mine
yeah.
are mainly AQA and edXO.
No, same here.
We do WJC and CIE.
CIE.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought WJET was like this is Welsh.
Yeah.
Wow, shit.
We only do boards that you can do like internationally.
Oh no, that makes sense. But still,
Yeah. I've got a question for Aaron actually. So like, since you're the one here who's not doing any, like STEM subjects for A level or at university, like, what made you want to be a part of this podcast?
I think when I look at the subjects that I take and even the things that I'm interested in, it's really easy to separate science and separate kind of like the way in which they do interconnect. I think the way that we're taught, especially in the UK, is to almost compartmentalize all of our subjects, and we don't really see the crossover between them. And like, even for example, politics, there is so much politics involved in science in terms of the environment and, when you really, or even down to like mining and minerals. And I just think that that's why I kind of want to be a part of it. I could add a different spin on things, but by the same token, my lack of science background, I think, makes me a really good barometer for how well this podcast is doing and how well we're teaching and learning things, or teaching and people's ability to learn things from someone that really isn't science or STEM inclined. So yeah, I'm just really appreciative that I'm able to be a part of something so awesome.
Yeah.
God, I can talk forever. It's so bad. Someone
No,
It's
no,
great.
that's
You're the
perfect.
kind of person we need,
Yeah. I'm not a talkative person. But
Liar.
yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah. So Sam, I know not last year, I think. No, before you wanted to study economics, but now you want to study medicine. What made you change your mind?
Oh, that sounds like an interview question.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel
Sam,
like I
you
got
interviewed.
asked this as my interview. Oh my god.
PTSD, flashbacks.
This was my first question at my UCL interview, actually.
Really?
Why do you want to study medicine? I was ready, but I'm not ready now.
Well, when I was 11 days old, no, I hope it's
I've had a passion for medicine.
Nah, if you say that in your personal statement, instant disqualification. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so basically, I was a business nerd when I was younger, and you know how some subjects just come to you naturally? For me,
Yeah.
that was accounting and business studies. I would just get good grades in them without really trying as much as I, worked hard
What
for
a
my other subjects.
genius.
No, but I generally had to
Flex.
study a lot harder for like math and science because
Yeah.
for me it's a lot more challenging. But then as I got older, I realized I get super bored super easily. Like I can't do the same thing twice, like 2 days in a row. It's just
Yeah.
not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped my passion for economics and started just looking for different careers I could go into. At that point, it's really scary being undecided because you feel like,
Yeah.
and this was during AS, so it was kind of last
Oh,
minute,
okay.
you guess?
Yeah.
I had thought about medicine before and I had 1 week of experience at a hospital. So I thought I would go into that further, and I did a further 1 month work experience at
Oh,
a pediatric
wow.
clinic.
Oh
And
my
from
God.
there, it was just like everything was perfect. I got to ask the doctor so many questions, and I just fell into love with medicine. It was
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
Wow.
I repeat that 1 month like so many times.
That's
Especially
great
in a
actually.
pediatric
Yeah.
hospital. That's insane.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to like have a specialty in mind before med school, but I really want to be somewhere in pediatrics.
Working with
Yeah.
children. That's cute.
That is great that you love medicine because I think quite a lot of people go into medicine because they just feel it's like prestigious, like
Yeah.
the good amount of money
Mm-hmm.
and like a high status kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
maybe
is good that
Humanity
you
flips like
love the
law.
subject.
No,
Maybe-
you're right.
You know what? Question for Ali, right?
Oh, gosh.
Because I think everyone else, well, at this moment, if we went to uni this year, you'd be going to the UK, but Ali will be going to Canada. So
Yeah.
why do you want to go to Canada
Okay,
and not any other country?
Ryerson
university?
is not the. Honestly, it has a lot of people make fun of people who go to Ryerson actually, and they call it Rye High because it's like a high school still. But they do have like one of the best business incubators for like startup companies, which is what I want to do, and I want to start my own company there as well. And they have a really good esports organization there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Is it creative industries you're doing the course?
It's a mixture between arts and business. So like if you want to work at a gaming company or like I don't know Netflix, YouTube, I don't know anything like that, it's a good program to go into.
Yeah, that is sick actually. What was I gonna say? Right, what do you mean by business incubator? Like,
Basically, it's basically for startups. So if you want to start a business, they're gonna help you out, and you could form your own little company there. Like get the right people, get some funding as well. So yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds so
nice.
wholesome.
Yeah. And then hopefully
Yeah,
your company will skyrocket from there. So it's just like a platform to start off with.
Okay.
Doesn't UPL also have that, like business society, and they have like they help you start up and
Yeah.
give you connections or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I
was
think
looking at
loads of
that.
universities do that. Have like what do you call like connections and like help like networking events? Yeah, where you meet employees and stuff.
I wanted to
might-
join like the business society, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Apparently we
I
don't have
might
a lot
join it. What kind of business do you think you're gonna start, Ali?
Ooh,
It's
I'm
still up in
interested.
the air. I really don't know. At first I wanted to do like a media production company
Okay.
and make like videos for companies and like a marketing agency kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my first thought. And then I started changing it, and I still don't know what type of company I want to do, but
You can make
definitely
multiple
something
companies, can't
creative.
you? Yeah.
I just want to
All
open
right.
like a tiny coffee shop. That'd be nice. It's like a mini business experience
Yeah,
because you get to
I
manage
really do
everything.
want to start off small before I do something large.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of businesses, you know, are
Yeah.
successful at first, but
In first 2 years, 90% of businesses fail.
it's very risky.
That's why you gotta like keep trying.
Yep.
Your first business
Yeah.
is never gonna be the most successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've become a business podcast now.
Yeah. We're officially qualified.
Welcome
for
to
business
the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, we probably can't say the copyright or something.
Oh, yeah.
Not the Wall Street Journal.
Welcome to the Wall Road Journal. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, science.
Back to science.
Our university applications because you had physics, I had medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and they were. I know for Oxbridge, I was planning on going to Oxbridge at first, so I started in my interview prep, and part of their interview is they have 2 interviews. One is science, and then one is just like a normal panel interview about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Oxbridge is insane. The questions they ask, they literally ask you like one of those essay questions at the back of your bio papers and expect you to go on a 5-minute tangent.
Yeah.
That's kind of what scared me too.
And they offer maybe 10 or so places. I think definitely moving from almost romanticizing the idea of Cambridge and really allowing yourself to believe that you could be there is maybe one of the dangers with the university. At the end of the day, they don't see you as they do see you as a person, but when it comes down to decision making, you're not there in the room pleading your case. You're on paper as well as they can translate it. And so it's very important, I think, that applicants know to disconnect from university decisions and also, like you've said, acknowledge that there are perfectly good institutions. And it's not even down to just the ranking. It's down to when you really look into the modules, do you like the modules of XYZ
Yeah.
University? I've looked at institutions that are typically regarded as really, really lowly ranked, but their modules are just amazing and so interesting.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to remember.
That's the main
And
thing.
sorry.
Yeah, so if you want to look for the right university, you don't look at the name. You want to look at the modules. Look if they're teaching what you want to know.
Actually, you kind of hear a lot that the high-ranking universities, because like rankings are usually made off their research output, so
Yeah.
they kind of focus more on the researchers, the postgraduates, and less on the undergraduates. So you could argue that you could have a better undergraduate education at a lower ranking university because you are basically their focus and priority.
And I think it's also what you make out of it. So if you're like not involved in like with your school community, you're probably not going to have like the best experience as you thought you may have. But you want to spend your time going out and finding friends, joining clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, life isn't just all about school and grades. And I think what is important, I guess, for like all of us is, relatively high achieving people or people that aspire to be high achieving, that your self-worth, as cliche as it sounds, really isn't defined by the grades on your paper. And it's better to get grades that you're happy with, but without really breaking your back to get them and, ruining your mental health, than to get grades that are, out of this world, but, you're a shell of a person at the end of it. I think it's really important to remember the importance of mental health during academics in any sense, undergraduate, A-levels especially.
Yeah. I also think the experience as well, because like if you go like 10 years down the line, they're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, you did go to this great, wonderful school. Well, like, let's see what you actually are doing in the workplace. Like, what are your accomplishments? This is this what you did? Like, yeah, that as well. Like, having the experience will also help you in the long run and for your future.
Find like clinical classes and work experience are more helpful in the long run because you actually get used to the workplace environment.
Yeah.
For Oxbridge, I had a completely different experience because I ended up not applying at all. Like I made this decision about 2 months before everything was due, and it was more based on a cruel hit of reality that university applications are really competitive. They're extremely competitive. Oxford and Cambridge, they all have 10% acceptance rate. And even then, that's because not a lot of people applied because they know it's competitive.
Yeah, I think though, like it is competitive and that's hard, but that shouldn't be a reason. Like if you want to go somewhere and you think, oh, that's going too hard, you're gonna do it, then I think you should try it anyway. Because
true.
like what the worst thing that can happen is you get rejected, and that sucks. But like, you can move on. Always try for it. I mean,
You want to shoot your
at the
shot.
UK anyway, you have like 5 unis, and this isn't just applying for universities anyway. But like, let's say it is one of them 5 rejects you, doesn't mean the end of the world, right?
Yeah, it's one of the 5, and at the end of the day, you've put yourself forward for something that takes a lot of guts, and it's for your betterment and for your acknowledgement. It doesn't need to be for anyone else's knowledge.
One more thing actually is that like for some subjects, some are much more competitive than others. Like Oxford medicine would be much more competitive than like Oxford archaeology, for example, just because of how hard like medicine is and how many applicants they get for it compared to the other course.
It's always good to research previous applicants and go through the student room and stuff like that to make sure you're fit for the university.
I did a lot of time going through Reddit.
Yeah, but also try and visit, because there are some institutions that on paper are amazing. You love the feel of the students that you've talked to online, and then you get there and you really don't like it. I think it's so important that you don't buy into almost going to the university admissions or university process like prestige blind. Don't look at how well ranked something is or how name brand it is. Go there with an open mind, and then if you don't get a good vibe, then it doesn't matter if it's ranked number 1 for your subject. You don't like it, you don't like it, and that's within your judgment, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I can kind of relate to that actually. I went and visited like the University of Warwick, not because unintentionally. I was near the Coventry area anyway, and Warwick is pretty like high ranked for maths, especially. So I thought, why not check this out? But it really wasn't my kind of thing. It was kind of isolated campus, and I'm not really a campus kind of guy. I'm more of a city guy. So it is important to get the feel of the place before you go.
Me and Ali didn't really have that opportunity. So if you don't,
very true.
It's okay if you don't. I can't attend an open day. Just try to do as much research online as possible because your, I guess, judgment is kind of based on what other people say. So you're gonna have to ask a lot of people, use a lot of sources.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? I feel like with the whole pandemic situation, almost universities are providing more like virtual tours, online open days and stuff.
I got so many emails.
Than they were previously, which is just so good. So at least there's those alternatives now, and I hope that they'll continue that in the future, not just because they've been forced into doing so through fear of their university student recruitment going down.
I even had like a special virtual day made specifically for Caribbean people, which they probably wouldn't have done. So I'm reaping the advantages.
Oh yeah, right. UCL's been doing that, haven't they? I think they've had like regional, like online open days for their course. Yeah.
I've been to 3 UCL open days because they just have so many different categories.
They do, yeah.
And there's the 1 week virtual open week at the end of June.
Oh, it's end of June. Yeah.
What else?
Speaking of quarantine, how are you guys holding up? Like, losing motivation studying? Like, how are you guys spending your time?
I haven't done anything school related in a bit. It's been like 3 months since my last online class because I'm in year 13 and there's literally nothing else to do.
True.
So they
How do
just
you
kind of
think
give
they'll
up.
grade us, though? Like,
I think they're giving us a report card soon because they never gave it to us in April like they should have.
yeah, like, but for like, how we have like conditional offers, like our exams, like how the hell are they gonna deal with that?
Yeah, that's in August.
Like,
They're not allowed to talk to us though. That's the thing. They can't even insinuate anything.
wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
They have to rank you guys as well, right? Like in the class. Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be hard. There's only 5 people to rank.
Oh my God.
I think that kind of makes it like even worse actually because there's less people like you can beat if you get me.
I hate how they're also using previous years to do it, and they're
I hate that.
They're heavily basing it on that, and I hate it.
Same.
Yikes. Oh.
We just pray.
Yeah, just pray. Is your results day August 13th as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's really.
I remember when they said they would like, you make it like end of July, but then I said, we're going back to August 13th.
See, I knew I didn't make it up.
They really should, because we need more time to study for the autumn exam if we were to fail.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
They should, because they're. Let's say hypothetically, I don't get my grades. I have to write a whole new personal statement, study for 2 new medical exams again, and do it all in the same month.
Oh
and study for the exams that I didn't get the grades in. No thanks.
No. So we're not going to be sitting another exam?
If you want to retake, you can without. You know how some universities say that they don't accept retakes? They will accept it if you take it again in September.
Oh, damn. Well, this concludes our first podcast on getting to know us. Be sure to follow our social media accounts at thesciencepod on Instagram, thesciencepod on YouTube, and see you guys in the next episode where we talk about photosynthesis at A2 level. Bye!